I'm proud of our team. I think we've grown a ton, and I know that we have a lot of season left. So there's going to be tons of growth. Even specifically this week, I've just addressed with them, like, this is a good point to be at, but we need to stay locked in because winning can mask a lot of things. And so we need to stay clean with our communication, be efficient with our communication, and yes, everyone has a role right now, but those roles are going to change. Everything's going to change as we fluctuate and go through season. So we need to have everyone locked in and still competing, because there are going to be matches where we go to people and people are going to have their moments to take over matches. That's why they're there, that's why they're here, and we need everyone to be locked in and competing every day.
I think the teams that get comfortable where they're at are the teams that are going to fall a little bit short of their goals. There's always going to be something we come in and we rep out and we get a lot better at practice for the next match, but then there's always going to be things to improve on. Like a good example with San Diego. The first time we played them, we had 15 missed serves in 4 sets.
Going into the San Diego game, we knew we would have to fight. We rallied behind each other and really picked that up. We really were just attacking and we refused to lose.
So for us, our focus was serving aggressive. We came back, played them again at CHI, and our serving, we ended up serving one of their best passers off the court.
Moore's blocked back, but it's covered. Pedraza set right side. Here's Kelsey Payne, and that is through the block and down. Omaha wins. They sweep San Diego. They're 7-3, and they have a league-leading 5 sweeps.
Day to day, we have a structure that we use for practice. We kind of evolved it during training camp because every team's different. So you need to figure out what gets them going, what they need as a group.
So we are gonna start with the lift warm up and then we'll go lift. I think we try to go around 6-on-6 towards the end of the practice, but then we also some days work on individual stuff, like group stuff. So yeah, it varies all the time, but then the main focus is 6-on-6 at the end.
If we're trying to break something down, whether how we're going to defend an opponent or defend a certain player, we will slow it down and do coaches on a box into, we call it our progression defense, whatever it is. Same offensively. Like if our middles and setters need work, if we need serve receive reps, then we always have time where we have people come in early or we stay after and do reps, or we really focus a drill on whatever we need to work on as a team or as individuals.
You know, I build my confidence from reps and stuff, like training and being ready to play. And every time, I think, at least for me, every time that I ask the coaches and, you know, the trainers or anybody, they have it for me. And so that's why I feel very confident here in Omaha.
It's really nice to work really hard in the practice gym, so I'm ready for whatever comes my way in the games.
I think there's phases of a season. So there's phases like training camp is learning, but then you go into like a preseason where you're getting ready for matches and preparing and you're learning your system. So that is definitely learning, but everyone's on a different scale. So like veterans and people that have played a lot of volleyball, have experience, they might catch on to things faster or whatever the case is. But right now, I mean, it's a very much keep everyone on the same page.
We drafted players, yes, based on stats. The other part is culture and how they fit into that culture, because, you know, you've got 16 players and you're trying to bring them all in and only 7 are playing. Knowing your role, accepting your role, but also knowing that you're battling for a spot. And so not getting complacent, being like, oh, I'm a backup. No, it's I'm gonna kick your butt every day at practice, and I'm gonna try to earn that spot, but knowing like if I go out and give my all and I'm still not a starter, I did my job helping that starter be successful on the court. The second you put on a Supernovas jersey, you're right there with the veterans, and I think our rookies have come in and done that and held themselves to these standards.
Our rookies have been awesome. Just great energy, open-minded. I think that's the biggest thing about a pro team. You have to be open-minded because there's so many different players, different skill levels, and experience.
Just being a rookie, I think I felt like I had some imposter syndrome, but I think working through that with all of my teammates, they've just like put so much confidence in me and giving me so much grace in practice. And I've never looked back since. I have the confidence now. I'm going to go in and do my best, and I'll know that's enough for me.
Something that I like from this country and the culture, like U.S. volleyball, is that we communicate a lot, and to me that's awesome. Like I really love that about this country and the culture.
I think Bird preaches it even just at practice, but it comes down to communication. I expect a lot of communication from them. I'm available 24/7, so whether that's a quick text or a phone call. We do meet as a health and performance staff, and that's just really looping the whole group in, from strength and conditioning to sports dietitian to sports psychology, and making sure that we have the whole athlete covered, whether it be a certain injury or a certain situation that's going on with them, and making sure that they're cared from all aspects. They're expected to play at the highest level, and so they need to be treated like that.
Everyone has played at a high level, and so we kind of treat everyone that way. We either need to keep up and catch up to where we're at, or understanding what needs to happen, and then we kind of just roll with it. So they've been good. They've been awesome. The energy's great, and the communication is high level. Orlando coming in here, it's 1 versus 2, and they're on a roll right now. Obviously, they've been playing really well since they beat us down in Orlando. We're excited to be back in Omaha. We're excited to be home and get to focus on us and prepare for 2 solid opponents, the first one being Orlando, and that's our main focus.
And that will do it. Orlando had not beaten Omaha in the history of the franchise until this month, in which they swept the Supernovas twice. The only 2 sweeps the Supernovas have suffered in the history of the franchise.
Bird had said it, wins mask a lot of what's wrong with a team. After every single loss, I think the thing that we've talked about in the huddle has been there are mistakes, or we're still in it. Even at, maybe our worst volleyball we've played of the season, we still had opportunities that we could have taken over that match. We could have won. We could have executed on this or that a little bit better.
There's a lot more that we need to work on, and it's mid-season, so we need to prepare and get ready and get better for the season that is left.
We don't overlook any team. So again, that's such a positive of our team that it doesn't matter that we swept them. Our team has got a very short memory of that. I think they want some revenge on us on our home court, so we've really got to settle in, forget that last match. I think our team gets a little more amped up for it, especially like Nati and Brooke, because they're playing against Sid. So not like a rivalry, it's like a frenemy situation there where it's fun to play against some of your close friends, but that also adds to why you want to beat them so bad. But it definitely is going to be a fun packed gym for that one for sure.
Omaha with the win in the first set. Supernovas take a commanding 2-0 lead over the Indy Ignite as we hit the intermission. It's at DeBeer. Billy back to DeBeer on the left side. It's blocked. Guess who? The Supernovas have a sweep. 27-25. They take down Indy in straight sets for the second time this year. And Omaha has won 5 of the last 6 and maintain second place in the PVF standings.